Hello, welcome to my channel ANS Social Studies. Today for you all I brought another topic, that is climatic controls. Climatic controls. This is otherwise also can be asked as factors that affect weather and climate. Factors of weather and climate. Weather and climate. It can be asked like this also. Anything they can ask. Where? But before that, we should understand different terms. First, we'll see what are the elements of weather and climate. Elements of weather and climate, children. We'll see what are those elements of weather and climate. Elements are here temperature, which we find in weather or climate, atmospheric pressure, winds, sunshine, clouds, humidity, and precipitation. This we find in our weather and climate, children. The elements which are present in weather and climate. Next, we'll know the meanings of actually what is a weather and what do you mean by climate. So first you see what is a weather. Weather. We'll see. Weather is an atmospheric condition. Atmospheric condition that changes from time to time, day to day, and place to place, is called as weather. For example, children, early morning, right? It can be too sunny. Morning time it can be too sunny, high temperature. Immediately in afternoon, clouds we can get it, children, and evening there can be a rain. So this frequently changes in a daytime only, time to time. Day to day, might be today can heavy rain, and the very next day it can be high temperature, very sunny it can be, children. And from place to place, right, there's lot of difference is there. One place there can be too sunny, another place too cloudy. So in a different will be the, different weather will be there in different places, may same or different. So that is the weather which frequently changes, right? So sometimes we go outing, if there is a pleasant weather, we say today is very pleasant weather. Every day we do not find that much pleasant. That means it changes. Next we'll see the definition of climate. Climate is an atmospheric condition which do not change for a long period of time. Say for 30 years, children. Example. This is an example. Say for 30 years. For a long time, the climate sustains. We just see some cool countries are there, some hot climatic countries are there, cool climate, hot climate. You take Africa, right? Different countries in the Africa has very hot climate. You take an example of India. India is divided by Tropic of Cancer. South of Tropic of Cancer, India is located in equatorial zone, that is tropical zone. Hot climate they have. But north of Tropic of Cancer, it is located in temperate zone. Warm climate will be there. So different countries have different climates. Russia you take, right, it has cool climate because it is in polar zone, Arctic Circle. America you take, England, France, all these are cold countries. Right. So climate depends on which place they are located. That's now we are going to see. Right. And climate, as I said, long period of time, say 30 years. It is a very slow process. Gradually climate changes. It is slowly changes. For that change, because it is gradual, man could adapt that change. That is called as climate, where very long time it sustains. Because first it was ice age, gradually the earth became warm. So even gradual process means man could adapt the changes. But now because of global warming, frequently climate is changing. Rapid change is going on. That we'll see next topic, children. Right, now we'll see the climatic controls. What are the climatic controls? We need to understand how these climatic controls affect a particular climate of a place. We'll see now that, right? What are those climatic controls which affects a particular place? We'll see now, children. Right. Now we have 4 given climatic controls that we will see. First one, it is latitude or distance from the equator. Distance from the equator. Second one, land-water relationship, children. Land-water relationship which influence a climate of a particular place. Now third is relief, that is the altitude, and the fourth we'll see upper air circulation. Upper air circulation. Right. So these are the 4, right, climatic controls. Latitude or distance from the equator. Then we have land-water relationship. Then it is relief and upper air circulation, children. We'll understand each one in detail. Now, we'll understand the first one. First one. Latitude or distance from the equator. Distance from the equator, children. Equator. Now we'll understand by a figure, children. It will be very easier for you to understand with a figure. Now earth is divided into 2 halves by largest circle on the earth. That is called as 0 degree, or it is also called as equator. Equator divides the earth into 2 halves. Then it is being divided into 3 zones. Above the equator and below the equator. We have tropical zone. Isn't it or not, children? This is called as tropical zone. Then northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, we have temperate zone. Temperate zone. Temperate zone. Then we have polar zone in southern hemisphere and polar zone in a northern hemisphere. Polar zone in a northern hemisphere. Above the equator, you all know, children, this is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. Right. Now we will see latitude or distance from the equator. So this is the tropical zone. This is the tropical zone. When sun is at the overhead, children, when the sun is at the overhead, vertical rays of the sun falls. Vertical rays of the sun falls, right, on the that is tropical zone. When vertical rays of sun are falling, they cover over a smaller area, right, covers a smaller area. That is why we find more heat on tropical zone. When sun is at the overhead, vertical rays falls, children. Sun covers over a small area. When it is covering a small area, intense heat will be there, children. But as we move away from the equator, distance from the equator, right, then slanting rays of sun falls. Slant rays. Slanting rays of the sun falls. When the slanting rays of the sun falls, it covers a larger area, spreads over a larger area. So heat will be less. That's why temperate zone has warm climate. Not too hot, not too cold. Warm climate. Because rays are spread over a larger area. That's why less heat it will receive. Warm climate. When you go right again, see, more slanting rays falls of the sun. More slanting. It becomes when the polar zone. It is not falling on the polar zone. You can see it. Because of spherical shape, it is going out. Because of the spherical shape, it is going out. As sun rays are not falling, children, this zone, polar zone, will be very cool. As the sun rays are not falling here. Right? Distance from the equator. When one is in tropical zone on the equator, the places which are located here, like South India is on the tropical zone, Africa is in tropical zone, African countries, like you take Egypt, right, northern countries, Algeria, Libya, they are in northern and they are in the tropical zone. Very hot climate will be there. Right? When we go for the temperate zone, North India is in temperate zone, children. South India is in tropical zone. So, here they have warm climate. When we go for the polar zone, distance from the equator, as they are moving away the latitudes from the equator, right, then heat becomes less. Because they spread warm in this temperate zone, they spread over a larger area because rays are slanting. But one goes toward the polar zone, rays are not falling. It became more slanting because of spherical shape. So cool climate will be there here. The places which are located in polar zone, like you take Alaska, Greenland, right, they are very, very cool climate. Antarctica, you take Antarctica, Arctic Circle, totally it is covered with ice. Because sun rays are not falling, heat is not reaching to these zones. Right? That's about the first one. The latitude or distance from the equator influences the climate of a place. Now we'll come for the second. I hope you have understood, children, with this figure. Second we come. If you do not understand, I can write the answer also. You can comment on it, children. And second, it is land-water relationship. Land-water relationship. This also we can understand through a figure, children. Through a figure. We'll take during the daytime. During the daytime, first we'll understand, children. So you assume this as land, and assume this as water, children. Water. Sun rays falls on both. Sun's energy, that is heat, is receiving by both the regions. Either it is land or water it is reaching. But, right, when the sun rays fall on the land, immediately land gets heated up. Heated up. Immediately during the daytime. So first as the surface gets heated up, it heats up the atmosphere. So air is hot on the land, above the land. Right, when land surface get heated up, it heats up the atmosphere. So hot air will be blowing on the land. Now we'll come for water. Water takes time to get hot or get heated up. Sun rays are falling here also, children. But water will not get heated up immediately. For example, take a bowl of water and keep on the stove. Immediately water will not get heated up. You need time. It takes time to get heated up, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Likewise, these water bodies will not get heated up, right, soon. It will take time. So, water will be cool only, even though the sun rays are falling. So, when water is cool, surface of water is cool, then air over the water will be cool air. When cool air is there, it has high pressure. When hot air is there, it has low pressure. Cool air is called as breeze, children. Breeze. So, the cool air which is on the sea, it is called as sea breeze. Sea breeze blows over the land, make it at hot air cool. Sea breeze during the daytime blows over the land. Blows over the land and make the hot air cool. Now we'll see in the night time, children. Now, daytime we have seen sea breeze. Cool air is blowing towards the hot air above the land and making it cool. Now during the night time we will see. Here again we assume as land. Again we assume as water, children. Water body. Right, as night time. This is night time. Night time. Now, as immediately as sun sets, right, land will become cool. So air over the land will be cool air. Night time, which has very high pressure, children. High pressure will be there. But here land, in the water, it took whole day to get warm, children. So during the night time, water will be warm. So air over the water will be warm, which has low pressure because of heat. So breeze, I said, cool air is called as breeze. So now during a night time, this is land breeze, which blows towards the sea and make it the hot air cool. Because this air over the land has high pressure because of cool air. It blows toward the low pressure areas, air over the water and make it cool air. Now this relationship of land and water influence the climate of a place. The right places which are lies in the coastal area. This is coastal area, land adjacent to sea. Land adjacent to sea. Those are as coastal areas only. It is called as coast when land is adjacent to sea. So coastal areas which are located near the sea, right, they have moderate climate. We'll see. They have moderate climate, children. Land adjacent to sea. That is called as coast. So So coastal areas. Coastal areas experiences warm climate, or it is also called as moderate climate, or it is equable climate. Because children, this land and water relationship, right, makes the climate of a place not too hot, not too cold. There will be a warm, moderate climate. The definition of equable climate, children. The difference of temperature is not much, right? That in not much that of day or night, and in summer or winter. Because moderate climate coastal areas has, because of land water relationship. Now third we'll see relief is altitude, children. Altitude, that is places located on height, on or at height, children. Located at height has cool climate. Why like that? When places are located on height, it has cool climate. Why? Because for every 1000 meters, 6.4 degree or 6.5 degree centigrade of temperature decreases. That is why at the altitude there is a high temperature will not be there, more heat will not be there. That's why cool climate. So that is why hill stations are located. Hill stations are located at height. So many people, to escape from heat, they go to hill station during summer season. Now, for example, various hill stations we have in the north of India. We can see many hill stations located in Himalayas, India, like Shimla, Mussoorie, Nainital, Almora, Darjeeling, etc. When we come for the South India, we have here also in South India, Ooty, which is popularly known as Udagamandalam, and Kodaikanal, children, where these are the hill stations which are located in height. Right? Next we'll see the last one, upper air circulation. Right, upper air circulation. First we'll learn the meaning of wind and currents, children. Current. When air is moving horizontally, we called as wind. When air is moving vertically, is called as currents. Now upper air circulation, movement of movement of upper air currents is known as jet streams. Jet streams. Now we'll see. These jet streams are fast flowing winds, children. Fast flowing winds. Then when they are moving in upper atmosphere. So at the height of 12,000 meters, children. 12,000 meters these winds blow, and these have the direction steadily in the same direction it blows, children. Steadily in the same direction and in a constant course. Right? That is, these winds blows at a speed of 110 kilometer per hour in summer, 184 kilometer per hour in winter, and this brings rainfall to neighboring places as it is blowing at 25 degrees north latitude. Now we'll also understand in this upper air circulation about the trade winds. Again with a diagram I will explain you, children. Now see. Again I just draw a figure for you, right? And this mechanism takes place in the northern hemisphere, children. Northern hemisphere it takes place. This is equator as usual, children. And you all know this is a tropical zone. Both sides we have tropical zone. Then tropical zone is subdivided into subtropical high pressure area, subtropical zone which has very high pressure, because this takes place mechanism in northern hemisphere, children. In northern hemisphere only it takes place. Subtropical high pressure give rise to permanent winds which blows towards equatorial low pressure area. Blows towards equatorial low pressure area, because equator is always low pressure, because intense heat will be there. Low pressure area and deflected towards west are called as trade winds. Trade winds. These are short questions also they can ask, children, for this. Trade winds. This is the word trade. Trade has been derived from a German word. Track. Which blows in the same direction. Throughout the year. year. And India lies in dry northeast trade winds, children. As India is lying in east side, northeast trade winds. Why it is called dry means, right? Wind is blowing on the land surface, not on the water bodies. On the right land surface. That's why India lies in dry northeast trade winds, children. Right. So this also influences the climate of a place, children. Right. That's how, right, all these factors which influence a climate of a place. Yes, children. Right. That's the end of this topic. Right. You can comment after, right, seeing my video whether you have understood or not. You want more clarity, I can give more clarity. Goodbye, children.